What's up everyone? Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon. We're posting 4 videos every day, so make sure to check back every single day. We're aiming for 20k subscribers and get a deal in the description if you haven't already. This is not financial advice. Welcome to Crypto Maximalist. Let's begin. What's up guys, so just before we begin, make sure to hit the subscribe and bell icon. People aren't seeing our content and that's probably because you haven't hit the bell. Thank you again for all your support. We're so proud of the amazing community that we've built. So we're just taking a look at Polygon here, and as we can see, it does look as though it has finally, as we said, broken out of this little descending wedge that we saw for pretty much, every single crypto throughout September. Obviously we had that ABC correction with that W double bottom. You can see it here, and we've got the breakout back up into this little area of structure that we did have here for a good while. We've come back up into this area here, and we're probably expecting a bit of a continuation of this pattern. Basically, especially considering that we're looking at Bitcoin, as we said in VeChain, the VeChain video for today, which you should go and check out, by the way, that we can see for Bitcoin. If we just look at the Bitcoin chart here, you can see Bitcoin forming up exactly the same. We've got that descending wedge that we had throughout September, looking something like this potentially. Looking something like this. Or is it like this? Either way, we've got that descending wedge, haven't we, for Bitcoin? Coming down, looking something like this potentially. Or maybe like that, who knows. But we've got that descending wedge. With the ABC correction, the W double bottom, you can see we've obviously come up, consolidated for a few days, and we've actually got that pump all the way up, breaking out the top of the descending wedge here, and now we're coming back down to potentially retest it as support before that continuation. You can see here pretty much confirming that macro higher high, higher low, higher high like this. For that reversal, basically coming back up towards some of these price targets up here, coming back to the all-time high for Bitcoin. So when we look at Polygon, in regards to this as well, if we just get the right chart, you can see here we got our descending wedge. We've actually broken out just like we did for Bitcoin. We're currently consolidating, but in terms of fractals, we haven't seen that pump yet for Polygon, just like we haven't seen it for VeChain. They've both been underperforming. And we do think, obviously, altcoins tend to lag behind Bitcoin's price action. So first and foremost, we'll get Bitcoin doing this, followed by Polygon potentially also forming up and doing a similar thing. And considering that we're about at fair value right now, consolidating on support at the EMAs here, we're basically coiling up on the EMAs for a move, aren't we? You can see overall, basically, we're coiling up for a bit of a move here from what we can tell for Polygon. If we look at our fib retracement tool as well, it looks as though we are just chopping it up in and around the 050 here, trying to find a bit of a bit of momentum to the upside. And we do think, with Bitcoin having a bit of a sell-off, some money is going to rotate into altcoins to try and mimic some of the price action that Bitcoin is seeing. And as we said, the fractal for Bitcoin is looking like this, where essentially, we've broken out of our descending wedge, consolidated, and then we ran all the way up. We broke this local high. We come up to the next level of resistance, which would be the 078 most likely for Polygon here at around $2. Psychological resistance as well. And then get that rollover, potentially backtest the previous, top of this wedge, and then get that bounce. Basically doing something like this: macro higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And then the next higher high would be coming up towards that all-time high at around $2.70. So overall, we really do think Polygon probably gearing up for a move right now. Once, Bitcoin's obviously leading the market, and a lot of money is pouring into Bitcoin right now as it pumps up. But overall, we're probably going to see a bit of a rotation of funds. Maybe Bitcoin will retest the top of its wedge and then pump to the upside, followed by, having another pump, maybe up towards that 65k all-time high at a push. And then maybe we'll get a bit of a rotation of funds, and we'll probably see some of the altcoins start to do something similar, where they pump up, break out of, this is the technical target right now that we've broken out of this local descending wedge. And we do still have the technical target of this overall wedge that we saw here as well, which we're on our way to, which is a $2.70, obviously at the all-time high as well. So overall, it does look as though, in our opinion, Polygon is gearing up for a move, consolidating here basically on support, waiting for that next leg up. And obviously, we could potentially be looking at, a bit of a schlong of destiny or inverse head and shoulders. If we do something like this, we have a little bit of a retracement, followed by that move to the upside. Obviously, if we've got the neckline somewhere around here, and then you get your technical target obviously coming back up at least to near the top of the wedge for the inverse head and shoulders. And we do think, you know, the fractal for Bitcoin is going to play out on a lot of these altcoins because they do follow Bitcoin very closely in terms of price action. So we could be looking at, you know, Polygon coming up, breaking this 618, and then if we can come up to around the 0.78 here, at around what is this, $1.95 to $2, that would obviously mimic what Bitcoin's done perfectly, followed by a bit of a retracement and then continuation. So short-term price predictions then, we'll keep things fairly short and sweet. If we roll over, we could look at a little bit of a sweep of these lows here again, at around that 120-ish level, doing that inverse head and shoulders kind of thing like this. And then obviously, if that was the case, we'd have a neckline somewhere up here with a breakout target coming back to the top of that wedge most likely at around 180. And we are looking for that 195 level if we move to the upside as well. Basically mimicking what Bitcoin's been doing with its price action. So we do really think that, you know, altcoins are going to start to pump. The market's looking strong. It does seem unlikely, in our opinion, that we're going to be seeing, you know, another large dump in the market, like coming back down to here. Obviously, it's possible, but unlikely in our opinion. Considering that we're seeing Bitcoin heading up, it hit around 55.5K. Before having a little bit of a retracement, we're probably going to start to see altcoins move as well. As money starts to rotate in and out of Bitcoin back into these larger alts, we're probably going to see, you know, some of these alts starting to do something like this as well. So if we move to the upside, we've obviously got the 618 as a target at 152. We've got the top of the wedge at around 180, and then we are targeting that 195 to $2 level as that Bitcoin fractal kind of a thing looking like this. We have that higher high, higher low, and then we make the higher high again, come back down and retest this area here for that higher low, and then get that continuation to the all-time high. So, and as we always say, we do think $5 to $10 for Polygon, very reasonable indeed. You can see quite clearly here, all-time high of around $2.70, I believe it is. So that's only a 2 to 4x from the all-time high. Very, very achievable. Polygon with, you know, $40–50 billion market cap, very likely, considering what it's offering. So that's it, guys. We'd like to thank everyone so much for their support. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please leave them down below, and don't forget to subscribe and then hit the real subscribe button, which is the bell icon, to stay up to date with the 4 videos that we post every single day. Remember, if you want to support the channel more directly and get a ton of benefits and insight, as well as joining our growing community, consider the Patreon or YouTube membership down below. You can also sign up to our free Telegram via the description as well. All the links are in the description for affiliate links for discounts and free crypto, so go check them all out below. There's plenty of goodness on offer. Please like and subscribe. We are Crypto Maximalist.